Everybody, welcome back to Idle Zeros. Welcome back to the Aida account, which is also effectively the free-to-play account. At this point, no VIP, XP, no Starry Gem gifting. This has been completely free-to-play, and I intend to keep it that way. But I'm going to tell you the plan for this account, and you're going to like it. You might be able to see we have Natalie. I plan to make her my first trans, either as a supporter or as a main carry. I'm undecided yet, but I feel as though she and Ada will work well together. Because if we look at trans Natalie's or Natalia's skills, we see deals damage initially, 640%, and deals extra 380% of attack damage for every 1% for every one attribute reduction effect the target has. So, I'm unsure if that extra damage is able to crit. I took a guess and thought yes. So I rolled crit damage on her. I'm hoping not to be disappointed there. However, if we come look at Ada's skills, when a round ends, deals 400% of attack damage, that's not the important part, reduces their effect of being healed by 15%, and recovers self HP by 20% of max HP. So, if you remember Natalia's skills, you know that her damage is based on the number of attribute reductions, not the magnitude of attribute reductions. And so, with this final verdict here, we can stack up to, what is that? We can do 15 times 6 would be 90. So we can stack that up to 7 of those on a single enemy because it caps at minus 100%, I'm pretty sure. But so that would be 7 stacks. And that's just at V3. If we regressed her back to just regular E5 and made Natalia the main homeowner, it goes back to 10. So that would be 10 stacks we can get because the actual attribute reduction is smaller and we require more to actually reach the cap. So that would effectively be, where is she? Whoops. That would be 640% of attack damage, deals extra 3,800% of attack damage. And that's just from the healing effect reduction. That is not the only debuff that we can be stacking. So the plan might be to make Natalia the main damage dealer, and then just have a team that just reduces everybody's attributes. So we'd have Ada, maybe a Delacium, speed debuff from other enemies, but attack debuff from ticks. How awesome would that be? That sounds pretty good to me. But moving on, the secondary goal for this video is to actually see if Ada is capable of clearing base campaign. I'm not too sure, but what we need to do now actually is build Ignis because I neglected doing so earlier. So hopefully we have a 6-star chest. We do. We'll pull 2 of those. I only pulled 1 there because I'm an idiot. So we'll go forth and pull our second one. Here they are. We'll pull these guys out. And then we will craft our 9-star Ignis. So 1, bam, bam, get them in there. There's our 6 stars. And now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. No, I want the Delacium, 12, 13. That'll do. We only need one more Gusta. Then again, I might want to make Gusta a 10-star. So let's save the Gustas, and we will use Cruz. We'll use Queen. Queen will be used. Okay. So there's our 9-star Ignis. Very nice. Very cool. Okay. So Aida, Ignis, Cia Sigmentara, Natalie. You might be thinking that it's an interesting decision to run all these weird heroes. However, I assure you, there is a method to my madness, and that method is actually that these are all Aida tenants. Every single one of them. Tara is a tenant, Sigmund is a tenant. Whoops. I should have put on muted notifications, but I didn't. So, congratulations. You featured in the video. What an honor it must be. Or a dishonor, depending on how you feel about that. But either way, you're in the video, because I'm not editing. So that's fun. Hopefully not too many people interrupt us. This is still going to take like an hour. Or like 7 hours, because campaign takes forever. I'm not really sure when Ada's going to fall off. But we are effectively, I believe, with the same amount of stellar that an Eloise account would have at level 130. So we can actually just compare those routes. What's stronger, the Ada route or the Eloise route? My assumption is that the Eloise route will be much, much stronger. But who knows? Maybe Ada will surprise us and will become the new meta. Except she won't, because she sucks. Compared to Eloise in every game mode, basically. We are stuck in Tower of Oblivion. We cleared Purgatory, at least. Realm's Gate, we're struggling in. Void Vortex, we're struggling in. It's been not ideal, I must confess. But she's not the worst either. I think, let me try to think. Who's been the worst main carry that I have used? Waldeck was decent. Holmes Young was decent. Although Holmes Young was easily the worst for Tower of Oblivion. Worst main carry for Tower of Oblivion by a long shot, actually. Yeah. Not much else to say about that. He was just pretty bad. Quite bad. I think two of these heroes are E5s, so we can have them survive for a little bit longer because of Unbending Will, but most of the team is just going to fall over and die. Which isn't ideal, but oh well. Yeah, though, I think Holmes might have been the worst of the main carries I've done. I've done Waldeck. Whoops. I've done Aspen. Who else have I done? Valkyrie was surprisingly decent most everywhere. I think. She's struggling a bit in tower, but who doesn't struggle in tower aside from Eloise, right? Eloise and Tix. I could just build Tix, and then that would just win us the game for Tower of Oblivion, but that feels like cheating. So we will not be doing that. No Tix for me. That's okay. What can we do? We just struggle more than most, and then I will share you, or I will share with you my plights of building off meta heroes. I feel as though Tara does absolutely nothing. I haven't seen his Seal of Light reach the second stage ever. Actually, I've never seen it land, which is kind of funny. But maybe we can do that with a second Tara. I don't know, but yeah, it seems rather useless at the moment. Never getting a Seal of Light off, which feels pretty bad. It is what it is, though, and I can already tell I'm going to be running out of things to say because this is beginning to drag on already. But it is what it is. We are 1 million crystals of transcendence away. Okay, we are fixing this right now. Okay, everybody is muted. Everybody muted now. So hopefully that won't be a problem anymore. Okay. I'll actually respond to them on my alternate device here. Hopefully they don't have anything urgent that I am actively ignoring. But we'll see. Okay, what do we got? Nothing super crazy. Okay, it was not an emergency. I'm actually surprised that the 10-star heroes are surviving. I'm pleasantly surprised. It's not like a bad surprise or anything, but I haven't seen Ignis die once, which feels pretty good. Um, it makes me wonder actually. Maybe a fun series to do would not be like a meme team type thing, which is sort of what all these accounts have been, where I build one hero and all of their tenants. Um, so like all of Ada's tenants are pretty much useless. Like what's Sigmund gonna do aside from boss fights? Nothing. Although his armor strip could play into Natalia's need to do debuffs, which could be cool. But um, yeah, not particularly helpful. Sia, not helpful unless she's a homeowner. Her damage would actually be decent as a homeowner. Maybe she'd be a decent first main carry. My issue would be she's not very good at self-sustain. Oh look, we got a Seal of Light on Emily. I don't believe it. How awesome is that? Very cool. Very, very cool. That is an Ignis death. So the damage is indeed raking up. Okay. 47.5 now. I just realized this goes all the way up to like 60 something. Um, I'm gonna run out of things to say very soon. And I think I still have about half a decade left of these attempts to do, so I don't really know what to talk about anymore. Um, yeah, I don't. I'm out of ideas already. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I should have premeditated this. But I just kind of wing all my videos, if you didn't know by now. We could 10-star Ignis, and the reason I say that is because, are you joking? Okay, let's try again. That kind of sucks. I'm not really sure what that's about. Maybe someone has my login details and decided to log in, steal my account. That would be scary. That would be very scary. See you getting the rare kill there. But what was I saying? Ignis? Yeah, Ignis. Um, 10-star Ignis I like because the active becomes a perfect energy feed of 100 energy. So it guarantees an active skill, which is quite nice. Quite nice indeed. I did that back when I was using Mockman on the main account to get 3 actives in a row. First, it was the active for melodic strings, and then Ignis would feed an active skill, and then she would die later on. So that's 3 full energy bars for the Mockman. We used it to clear Vanquisher with solo trans, which was pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. And Natalia also will work with Ada in Light Sea Land. So that is also pretty cool and synergistic for the goals of my account here. But yeah, sadly this is still taking forever. So excuse me while I come up with more ideas to talk about so that you're not just completely bored by this. Oh, if you made it this far, you could let me know if you'd prefer like at least Idol Heroes music going on in these fights. Although I'm not really sure how the audio would balance out between my voice and with the voices of these. Um, I also need to come up with like a special treat for you guys because we made it to 500 subs in a decent amount of time, which I wasn't even expecting. I was expecting like 10 subscribers, like max. Um, but um, we have a bit more than that now. So thank you guys for all the support there. I'm feeling pretty good with how the account is going, especially because I don't do any editing or anything like that. I don't do any of the necessary care that should go into YouTube videos. But regardless, we make it happen. Yes, indeed, we do. Moving on. 49-1. Getting into the 50s soon enough, which will be good. I'm expecting maybe 60 to be our stopping point because, well, Ignis still isn't dying reliably, which means we have a bit more damage that we can encounter before it starts to become an issue. So that's rather nice. Yeah. Yeah. I don't expect to be able to clear campaign today. We'll sure give it our best shot, but that was a little bit scary, but that's just Aiden, how he works. That is not an indication of increased damage for all of these enemies, at least not yet. So no stress at the moment. 49.6, almost making it to the 50s. And then we have to go all the way through the 50s, which is going to take a while. Perhaps I will begin eating a banana soon, which, if you watch the last video, I think I have like clip art of bananas on the thumbnail. And I did that because it's weird and is likely to garner attention, either positive or negative, because the thumbnail itself looks shit. I think it's just like a picture of the Star Alchemist Holmes Young hero profile, and then I just pasted pictures of bagels and bananas on there. So hopefully it's so interesting and weird of a thumbnail that some people are like, "What the hell's going on here? Why did he do this?" And it's actually because I started eating during the recording. I got a little bit hungry. The audio just is drowned out by me digging into a bag of bagels and then munching on a banana later on. So I just basically assault your ears with eating noises. So that was interesting, to say the least. Sia getting her little active skill off there. Pretty fun that that it's not happening to me in Void Campaign, because that active skill from Sia just sort of lays my whole team out to dry. Not very pleasant to go up against. Not at all. But we'll see. I suspect, at least, that Doppelgänger Natalia will be fun at the bare minimum. I think I have like 3 melon chests, so we'll need to work on that. I don't much care for her core. It doesn't seem particularly great. But they can't all be winners. Okay? It'd be cool if more than one core were a winner, because it just seems like the Star Alchemist Holmes core is just far and away the best one. For almost everything, actually. Star Expedition, you have Freya's. But that's 2 cores, and we have what? Almost. We have like 20 trans heroes at this point? We've got Gen 1, Gen 2, it's 12, and then we have 16 trans heroes, I think. Which is a little bit concerning that less than half have cores worth going for. But it is what it is. It devalues cores as an event reward, which means we can all prioritize subs without feeling bad about missing out on actual rewards, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be. I lost track of how long I've been recording for already, but it feels as though it's been an eternity, and you're probably getting bored because I'm actually getting bored. I actually opened my iPad and I'm going through my alts doing dailies now. Just watching this happen. I'm still surprised at how little damage they're doing. I don't think we have any treasure train on this account quite yet. which feels good. Well, it feels bad, but it feels good that we are not dying yet, despite not having Treasure Train. But maybe I've just been conditioned to fear everything involving Treasure Train because of how fair and balanced Treasure Train is. $51.2 cleared there. Very cool. What else is there to talk about? What's going on in the alt accounts? MIM account is slow as ever. We're stuck on a MIM wave, so basically the only way for us to pass that, barring cheese strats with ticks and stuff, is actually just to outscale them. I need my MIM to be stronger than the 6 MIMs, both in damage and in his ability to not be killed by their damage. No easy feat. No easy feat for now. Anyway, but we'll get there. I'm expecting his damage to ramp up pretty significantly once I achieve B3, because that gives like an extra 100% of attack damage for his final passive, which is the important one, where he deals damage when enemies die. So that'll be cool, I reckon. But good lord, is this taking a while. Our hero is starting to die, which is good because it adds some tension to these battles now. Let's see what we're working with. Everybody gets stunned because of Cruz. Aida gets her marks off, and then everybody just falls over. I'm a fan of Gilded Purple Fan, and you should all be too. It's a very cool artifact. I'm not a fan of Mirror. Granted, I only have one copy of it across all my accounts, so I haven't had a chance to fully test it in all of its splendor, in all of its splendid splendor. But, yeah, I don't think I'm going to even prioritize it. It seems like an okay artifact to have for a Lord of Fear Aspen account, but it doesn't seem as though it should take priority over anything. Maybe put it on Queen so she can easily outspeed with an active skill, but even then, I kind of feel like I'd rather have a tanky one to ensure her survival, at least. But perhaps that's just me. Another Seal of Light going off there. Good job, Tara. Good job, he is actually achieving something. Star Expedition? Oh yeah, Star Expedition started. You'll love this. I messed up my first attack. Because of course I did. Of course I did. What I actually did was, I put Lord of Fear Aspen slot 1, which is usually what I do for the setup. However, I forgot day 1, the tentacle dudes are there. And so what happened was he used all of his active skills on the tentacles, and only his basic attacks hit the boss. And I did like 14% with my 14 million attack giant killer, Lord of Fear Aspen, on day 1 of Star Expedition. So I threw pretty hard there. But luckily my guild found it funny and not disgraceful. At least they did let me know if they did think it was disgraceful. But that's good. That's good. Something I'm thinking about regarding the main account. Don't be scared, all of you LFA enjoyers. But I was just imagining what would happen if I were to sell my Lord of Fear Aspen, or sell my Aspen copy, with Giant Killer, Holy Damage, Armor Break. I feel as though that would sell decently for a pretty penny, since nobody would need to re-roll that. And actually replaced it with a Giant Killer Geester. That might sound like a nightmare to some of you, but ever since making that Geester account, I've really enjoyed his skills, and I kind of want to see what he can do with a full setup. I would have probably enough Starry to make it happen. I think Aspens will sell for much more than Geesters will, at least for the foreseeable future, unless he's a secret sleeper hero that only a few people know that he's super powerful. Could be the case, conceivably. I don't really know. Haven't had a chance to test, but everywhere I look, I just see that he's like inferior to LFA in pretty much everything. So it would be fun, probably ill-advised, but that is what I'm considering at the moment. It wouldn't be anytime soon, because I don't have any of his cores. I don't have any core chests for Geester, and I would want to build Sahi, and because we can't do core exchanges, I would just have a wasted LFA core, which isn't ideal. But oh well, right? So I would want time to accumulate those if I were to build a mutated fungus Geester main. Luckily, I have the skin on the account since I did Anniversary, so that would be cool. But yeah, I could sell my Queen, which has like 6,400 attack on the Awakening, which is rather nice. Well, rather nice. It's actually very nice. It's A flat attack. Wonderful tenant. But obviously, she is not a mutated fungus Geester tenant, so I wouldn't need that. So I could sell that for probably an Azrael copy, since Azrael is his only slot 2 tenant. That will do nicely. And I would keep the Elena Awakening, which has 6.1k attack, because Elena is his one and only slot 4 tenant. So that's quite good. Moving our way through through stage 53. Now, I do apologize that this is taking an eternity, but as you can see, they're still not punching through the fans. You will watch them start to drop dead here as they get their active skills off, thanks to the balance marks. There they go, falling apart. Love to see it. There's the damage there. We can see the damage numbers for a brief moment before the auto clear moves on to the next stage. So if we see a particularly interesting fight, we can do that. That would be very cool. What are some other heroes that I did as a main carry? We could do a ranking. Let's rank the first heroes that I made. Eloise was obviously number 1. Aspen was number 2, I think. Aspen did a really good job. Very fun as well. I made Punisher Aspen, and he was great. He clears Mim Waves, he clears Tower of Oblivion. Absolute monster of a hero. Quite good. Waldeck, maybe next. Waldeck did a good job. As good a job as Valkyrie did, I am unsure. But he cleared everything in his time. I can't remember what happened to the Waldeck account. Oh, yes, I can. I still have it. It's the Queen account that I made a singular video on that one time. that that hasn't had anything exciting go on since I made Queen. But the account is not dead. I use it every day, and I look forward to the next update when we will have Blood-Tide Queen Urania probably as the main carry rather than a Queen tenant, and then I'll just use the Queen as a tenant for Blood-Tide Queen Urania. We'll see how she does. I'm not really sure how she'll do, but it should be fun. 54-4 now. Still running out of ideas to talk about, but I will stick to my guns here. We will not be editing down or shortening in any way. Kameth. Rui Kameth interests me a little bit. Control precision would be kind of bad since it's multiplicative from the Rui and not additive. I think the basic does like 20% CC chance, which means with Rui it would have a 30% CC chance with 30% control immunity offset, which obviously not amazing. But you know, it's whatever. It's whatever. Queens are going to be preventing our crits, but we don't really care because I don't have Aida built to crit anyway. Look at them. That's so funny. How Aida literally just says, here's unavoidable damage. Unless you just never get an active skill. Super cool. I like the idea of double Aida. I would have done that had it just been an E5 meta still. But sadly, 10-star food and also stellar shards make it so that it's best to just invest on a single hero. Until the point at which you can begin a second entire home, which, I don't know, see you guys in like 15 years when that happens. But yeah, it should be fun. Still just cruising through. We'll hit the problematic waves eventually, I'm sure. Flora Rogan waves tend to be gross. King Barton waves, not super bad at the moment, because he's not Void Campaign King Barton. This is just regular King Barton, so he just tickles us. Totally different in Void Campaign. Void Campaign King Barton is something to be reckoned with. You can see now, though, all of our heroes are beginning to die, save for Aida. So, this plan may begin to look terrifying soon enough. We shall see. Sigmund wrecking our faces a bit. But no one has punched through Aida's shielding yet. This'll be bad. You see that? All of the reflect armor just kind of pooping on us. I hope that wave doesn't come back, because if it do, we may have some problems. Luckily, this is not Void Campaign Valkyrie with like a trillion HP. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Victory still? Okay, that was a little bit weird. Wait, what? Wait, what? What's it? What? What just happened? Okay, so we're still on the Valkyrie stage. Fine. That was very bizarre. Okay, so changing approach. Where is... Here it is. We will remove Gilded Purple Fan. We will put on Melodic Strings. And we will put on, I don't know, Energy, probably still best there. But let's try it again. This time with an active skill at the very beginning. I still feel as though this won't be great. But now we have a second active skill. And we just get positively slammed. What can I do? I legitimately have no idea what to do here. Attack. Okay, so how about we did this? We'll try crit first, and then if that doesn't work, we will just go HP for a full sustain type build here. Okay. So that one just comes down to RNG because there's no way Sia just magically survived longer than the Aida did. So I feel like this is achievable now. We'll give it a few more shots, and then we will go back to fan setup. Yeah, I don't like this. Quite scary. Okay, so we're going to go fan setup now. Removing this, putting the fan back on you. You can keep melodic strings, I think. But now we will go HP. We'll go dot purify. And now, hopefully, this will be what it takes for the clear. Because if you don't know, the HP is rather good with Gilded Purple Fan because the fan gives bonus to your health bar according to your max HP. So it just gives 30% extra based on what your current max HP is. So if you have 1,000,000 HP, that will give you obviously 300,000. But if you have 1.2 million, that will give you 400,000 extra, and will also give you 50% damage reduction when you have that. So that effectively becomes 800,000 HP, which is quite cool. As I alluded to earlier, I quite enjoy the fan. Very good artifact. But now we are back on our merry way, using Gilded Purple Fan as our crutch. And it looked like she didn't care about the damage earlier, but now she really doesn't seem to care about it. Mimwave. I forgot that these existed in base campaign. Not really mattering, as you can see. Phoenix coming in. Aida doing her best to heal. And there's going to be another wave clear. Aida wave. That's interesting. Full heal there, thanks to the Ignis. That was very close. I hope we don't find another one of those anytime soon, but I'm sure she'll appear and then wreck our dreams. We'll see. We will see. Doing quite well so far. She manages. She manages just fine. Here comes Nakia. A lot of damage over time, but we don't care. Very cool. 56-3 now. Valentino. It now doesn't matter that he CCs because our Ignis died, granting us control immunity, and I don't think that enemies this early on will have CI offset, so we're just good to go. We're good to go. We're chilling. There we go. Moving on. Unimax. Oh boy, these are some chunky lads. Man. They're just kind of eating these balance marks, aren't they? But no one can eat them for too long. Solid. Looking good. Starlights. Perhaps a little bit scary. Doesn't seem like it though. Yeah, there we go. Easiest game of my life, dude. Here are 6 Garudas now. I must confess to being slightly concerned here. You know what I think we need? I think we need some carries. Or a carry, at least. Oh my god. This is really dumb. Okay. Okay. You need to eat one more for us, Ada. And she couldn't. Okay. So... I'm not particularly sure what we should do. We could just straight up give it another shot and not worry about it. That seems like an okay plan. But I'm not caring particularly much for this. It is kind of yucky. Okay. How will she fare? There's 1 active skill done. There's 2. We have to take 3 more. There's 3. We're dead. Okay. So let's find some carries for some energy drain. Otherwise, we are going to be hard stopped. So I don't have any carries. Not a single one. We're out of carries. Okay, so what if we did this? What if we went crit, and then we went back to melodic strings? Would this be even remotely helpful? So we'll go there, we'll go there, we'll go there. And now let us see what happens. Okay, bam. Oh, there she goes. That went better than I expected, actually. They're just gonna full heal. That's so unfortunate. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty bad. Okay, so new plan. Let us do this. That way, no enemies die on the offset or outset or whatever. And then we will get a second active skill that can hopefully put somebody down. We just won't get another active skill. Oh no. It looks like we might be done here, folks. It looks like that is going to be the end, actually. We can try attack, but I don't see that going any better. That was significantly worse. Yeah, that was much worse, actually, as evidenced by the fact that I'm getting torn to bits right now. So that leaves the question, what do we do? I think what we do is come back later when I grow stronger. So, yeah, just to refresh you on what the plan is, since this video is like a decade old now. Natalia first trans, swapping between her as a main carry or as a support to Ada. Not sure which would be better, but we'll see. But that will be fun. So stay tuned for that. She'll be our first Transcendence hero. So we'll see her viability. I've got some melon chests laying around to use for her. But anyway, have a good day, everybody. I will see you all.